Hey everyone, Dan at Bushcraft, and of course Brownie. So it's only been a couple days since I've had the truck. I have not yet taken it to the mountains because the tires that were on it were not safe for me to take it to the mountains. Basically, they were a 4-ply, which means the sidewall here was very thin, and of course the tread as well. So here in the Ochoco Mountains, 4-ply tires usually get flats. Ochoco Mountains with the sharp rocks on the rocky roads, and especially the high desert with the lava rock, is absolutely notorious on sidewalls of thinner tires. Whereas on a 10-ply tire, which this is, I've never had any issues whatsoever. So in order to get up to the mountain safely, I had to change out the tires right away. So I just did that. This is brand new. One size bigger than what was on here. They're the Razor mud terrain tires from Les Schwab's. So give you guys just a little peek at the tread. Very, very aggressive tread. They're just a hair taller, about 1 inch taller, and maybe a 1/4 of an inch wider than the factory tires. So not much bigger, but like I said, my plan is to do all of the things that I like and to improve performance, but not do anything radical that is going to ruin, my mileage and things when this is also my daily driver. So again, brand new 10-ply tires from Les Schwab's, Razor mud terrain tires, and we are now on our way to a shop here in town, Prineville, called Performance Repair Specialties, to talk to them about a leveling kit and give you a tour of the store and introduce you to the owner, Kelly, who I have shared all of my hopes and dreams and plans with, and he has agreed to advise me and will be going through the process step by step with me to make those dreams come true. So we're going to jump in the truck and head for Kelly's store. Okay, so we just arrived at Performance and Repair Specialties, Prineville, Oregon, and I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of the shop, and then I'm going to talk to Kelly for a bit, tell you what he's going to do on my truck. And again, he's the owner, and I've told him all of my hopes and dreams for this truck, for Brownie, and he is going to guide me through the process and do the work. So let's take a little tour of his store. All right, the store is geared for overlanding and off-road, and that is Kyle, the manager.
Nice to meet you.
And he's the one who's been ordering my parts for me and taking my money. So that's the one to blame right there.
Hey, it's what I do.
And I'll give you guys a quick walk around and tour of their store. So if you're into overlanding or any kind of outdoor camping, hiking, whatever, pretty much they can set you up with the gear you need for your vehicle. Is that right, Kyle?
Yep, we do that, as well as we do a bunch of custom installation, especially the wiring portion of that. So we'll do things such as you can do switch panels for the controls in your vehicles, the lights, winches, any of the outdoor or exterior suspension pieces, bumpers, and that kind of stuff, as well as the overlanding equipment.
And winches, and then of course lifts and things like you're going to do on my truck.
Absolutely.
And the leveling and all of that. Great. So this is one of your nice overlanding tents. This is a rooftop here?
Yes, that is correct.
Rooftop tent. And I'll just give you guys kind of a tour. But if you're in Prineville, Oregon, come check out the shop, guys. They are just very well stocked, and they can get you what you need. They do great work. And then not only that, you guys do like trips out to the woods, kind of like big groups all getting together and going out and enjoying yourselves.
Yeah, and on top of that, we usually do a monthly get-together just for people to kind of hang out, have a little bit of coffee together. We use it under the Rigs and Coffee banner, and a lot of times that's our staging point for if we're going to do a trip.
Nice. And I guess this is your mascot, Luna?
That is our mascot, our HR
Hi, Luna.
manager.
All right. How are you? Well, I got a little tail wag, so I guess that's good. Well, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you're in Prineville, you definitely want to come in and check out the shop and maybe talk to them about taking one of the rides that they do, convoys up into the Ochoco Mountains. If you're new to this area, that would be a great way to get to see some of the country. Okay, everyone, I am with Kelly. He's the owner of the shop. And as I said, I've been talking to Kelly about my hopes and my goals for the truck, things I want to do. And he's agreed to guide me through the process, help me make some right decisions so I don't do something stupid like put the truck 18 feet in the air and tip over.
Don't think we're going there.
You don't think we're going, yeah, which is a good thing.
Yep.
So you set this shop up, what, a couple years ago now?
We've actually been in this location for, 12 years. It was a little different business before. We did equipment rental and stuff. And kind of after COVID, with lack of employees, we made a drastic change. Kyle, my son, and I decided that if we're going to work our rear ends off by ourselves, we're going to do stuff we like. And this is my world. This is the things I like. So That's why we're doing what we're doing. So yeah, we've been operating like we are now for about 3 years.
3 years, nice. And so like Kyle was saying, so from overlanding, off-road vehicles, performance, just pretty much if someone is into heading up into the mountains, you can take care of their truck.
Definitely. Yep, definitely.
Jeep
we
or
do it,
whatever.
yeah, start to finish, ground to the top. We do a lot of electronic work. We also do builds on like police officer cars. We do, all kinds of things, but yeah.
Nice. So the first thing we're going to do on my truck, I told everyone this morning, I showed them the new tires and everything, and we're going to put on a leveling kit.
Leveling/lift, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can you tell, because he's the expert and I'm not, he's kind of, like I said, my guide, a little bit what you're going to be doing with my truck, and you mentioned to me that you're adding like shocks and struts and things to improve my performance and suspension out there.
Yeah, so we're going to do something that's going to give you more performance than lift, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You don't need 6 inches of lift or whatever. You're not trying to get huge tires and stuff on it. And your particular vehicle, that platform, in my opinion, performs very well at a small amount of lift. So basically what we're doing is 2.5 in the front with replacement springs and struts or shocks. Okay. And then we're going to do just a block and a shock replacement in the rear. Shocks being the key. 89,000 miles on the truck. The factory shocks are definitely not doing their job anymore. The driving you do on our wonderful washboard roads, they're a challenge with factory brand new shocks anyhow, so this is going to kind of help you out there. But also we're not getting so tall that you have center of gravity issues. You're not going to hate it getting in and out, those types of things. So I think you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. We could go taller, but the benefit for your mission, I don't think is there. Right,
because I'm trying to build a performance truck to get me where I need to go for my bushcrafting, for doing videos for you guys. I'm not trying to get something that will run over the top of cars.
We're not building a rock crawler. We're just, reliability, comfort of ride, and durability. So.
All right, great. And so I wanted to mention the viewers. So you host gatherings here at the store, kind of a coffee and eggs, I think
we call it Rigs and Coffee.
Rigs and Coffee.
Yep. Once a month, typically, depending on schedule. It's the 4th Saturday every month.
4th Saturday.
Yep, 9 o'clock in the morning to 11, just a couple hours, and it's just to get together, bring your eggs. We've had people in here with Toyota minivans to $100,000 build-out Jeeps. I mean, and everything in between. So it's really interesting. It's fun. It's great. In my opinion, it's great for folks like you who have a rig that they're just getting started on the build, because you can look at other things that people have or have done. Ask them directly. You're not asking an advertiser. You're asking the person who owns the vehicle and drives it. Did this work for you? Did it not? Why? How much? Whatever works. And people are all great. This community is just fantastic to deal with.
So if you guys are coming out to Prineville for any reason in Central Oregon, and you want to come to the shop, you might think about that, coming out on 4th Saturday of the month.
Yep.
And if you let Kelly know you're coming and you're wanting to meet me from Ochoco Bushcraft, I will do my absolute best to be down here as well and meet you guys. Yep. So next time you see my truck, it will be coming out of Kelly's shop, and it will have the leveling/lift kit on it, and
a little more attitude.
A little more attitude. And I showed you guys the new tires this morning, so now I can safely get it in the woods without ending up with a flat. So before I leave, I'm going to give you guys a walk around of Kelly's Jeep. Just a little bit about your Jeep, Kelly. What year is it, and briefly what have you done to it? Because it's absolutely, you guys will see, off the wall, amazing.
It's a 2020 Jeep Gladiator, so the pickup. We really what it showcases is the stuff we do in electronics. So we'll show you all that. But it's got a small lift on it. It's a 3-inch lift. It's running 37-inch tall tires. Same tires you bought, only 37-inch. The RZRs. We've got trail-ready bead locks on it. Other than that, drivetrain-wise, it's suspension. More to come. It's going to go way beyond this at some point.
Nice.
I purchased this truck. It's not a Rubicon. It's a Sport, which means it doesn't have lockers and all those things because I intend to replace axles and do a lot of other stuff.
Gotcha.
You'll notice if you get close to it, it's got lots of brush scratches because that's what it's for.
Right. Yeah.
We've really had a lot of fun with it. We've done several of our trail rides with it. In fact, we're going to go see how stuck we can get this weekend in the snow. So it'll be fun. But yeah, we've done a lot of the electronics, and to be fair, we've got more on it than we probably would put on a normal customer's vehicle, but it's so we can showcase what we do so people can see it. So.
Right. All right, guys, so we'll head out. I'll give you a little tour of his vehicle, and then again, the next time you see Brownie will be sitting a little taller and a little more aggressive. All right, so there is Kelly's Jeep Gladiator that he was just telling you guys about. I'll just kind of give you guys a quick look at the Jeep. Absolutely gorgeous. And then Kelly's got a few things he wants to share with you about it. All right, Kelly, what can you tell everyone about this as I'm walking around it here?
Well, as you can see from all the green guys around here, we're an Ironman dealer, so this thing's got a lot of Ironman brand stuff on it. Not everything, but a lot of things. So front bumper, winch, lights, rear bumper, those are all Ironman products.
Okay.
This thing has the control for all the lights is a Switch Pros switch panel. I'll show you inside later, but one of the things that's really cool about the Switch Pros is I've got this app on my phone.
Gotcha.
And I can run any and all of the things
wow.
are on this thing from here. So that's kind of cool.
Oh wow, and we got lights up on top.
Oh, we got lights everywhere, you bet. And you know, if we want to do something funny, we can do strobing, we can do all kinds of stuff. But anyhow,
wow.
It's one of the things that we do. Like I said, electronics is kind of a big deal for us.
Very cool.
So, under the hood, this thing's got absolutely nothing done. It's 100% bone stock. We want it to be reliable, so I haven't messed that up yet.
Gotcha.
I will, but I haven't done it yet.
And so even with the big tires and everything, the stock, does that give you enough horsepower?
No, these are terribly gutless.
Are they really?
You buy a Jeep to have fun doing lots of things, but going fast isn't one of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've got a lot more power than we do.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So the back end, you got some. Yeah. I saw inside this, and it was just
this here
amazing.
kind of just to give you a little idea. This is the kind of stuff we do. So this is just our nerve center for this thing. It's
wow.
Got this goofy little switch right here. If you look on the roof.
Oh wow! So what is that there that's going up?
So it's just an antenna, but I've got a 50-watt GMRS radio on this. So when we're out on trail rides, this kind of becomes our radio base, if you will. It's a repeater radio. So I can pick up and transmit a lot farther than anybody with a little handheld. So that helps out when we're out in the woods and so be able to get a hold of people.
Yeah, and this is the exact same tire that I showed you guys that I put on my truck, just a much bigger version.
A little bit taller.
All right.
Like I said, we do trail rides. So in the back we've got a lithium-ion battery in there for a power source. That powers everything that's an accessory on the truck. So we won't kill the factory battery. Then
Nice.
2 big air compressors. Again, when we're doing trail rides at the end of the trail, we help folks, we air up all the tires. And then that unit there, that little Ironman unit, is kind of like a Jackery. It's a 110/12 volt portable unit. And we got extra power and stuff in here and all the fun things.
Nice. All right, guys, again, that is Performance and Repair Specialties. That is Kelly's Custom Jeep. And as I said, the next time you see Brownie, who's sitting here right next to Kelly's Jeep, it will be sitting a little taller, a little more aggressive, and we are, in the meantime, we are definitely heading for the mountains to test out those new tires. So again, Dan at Ochoco Bushcraft, guys, I'll put in the contact information for Kelly and his store in the description. And if you guys are in Prineville, want to connect with him or with me, we would love to meet you guys. Take care, everyone, and stay safe out there.